Obsession is wild. If you're anything like seemingly the entire world right now, you've probably seen Obsession. The theatrical debut from writer and director Curry Barker is doing numbers at the box office right now. It's actually kind of insane how well this movie's doing. I have a buddy who's been wanting to see this movie for weeks, but we haven't been able to see it together because every time we go to get tickets, there's only single seats left available. This movie wasn't even supposed to be in theaters still. Originally, Obsession was meant to be released digitally on June 2nd, just 17 days after it opened in theaters, but after raking in $224 million at the box office on a $750,000 budget, the studio figured they should probably keep it around a bit longer. Now, with all this in mind, is Obsession even good? Yeah, it's really good. Now, for the three people who haven't seen Obsession, it follows Bear, a shy, painfully reserved guy who's been in love with his friend Nikki, played by Indy Neveretti, for years. Which, honestly, yeah, fair enough. In a moment of weakness, he breaks a one-wish willow and wishes that she would love him more than anyone else in the world. Bear gets exactly what he wants, but everything falls apart as he realizes the true cost of his wish and his own obsession. This sounds like a pretty standard, boring and forgettable monkey's paw kind of horror movie, but that could not be further from the truth. Obsession is a tragedy. A sad, disturbing, truly uncomfortable human tragedy about love, obsession, and what happens when you get exactly what you wished for. Spoiler warning from here on out, if you have any desire at all in experiencing this movie spoiler-free, please go watch it first and then come back. For me, the real tragedy of Obsession all stems from Bear. He's someone the audience might actually be able to relate to on some level at the beginning of the film, which makes his later decisions that much more devastating. He's this shy, awkward dude who's had a crush on his friend for years, but has always been too scared to tell her how he feels. Nikki even straight up asks him if he likes her, and he still can't tell her. He just freezes up, unwilling to take the chance. Frustrated with himself and defeated, Bear snaps the one-wish willow, wishing that Nikki would love him more than anyone in the world. Now, you could argue at this point he didn't know the willow would actually work. He just got it as a cheap gag gift for Nikki. He wasn't even planning on using it himself. But at the same time though, it reveals a key flaw in Bear's character. He'd rather turn to things outside of himself to fix a situation rather than just put himself out there and potentially face rejection. When it becomes clear his wish actually did come true and something is seriously wrong, he calls the number on the back of the one-wish willow box looking for answers. And here's one of the most important scenes in the entire film. He tells the guy on the phone he wants to alter his wish. The voice on the other end asks, "You want to cancel your wish?" And Bear responds, No, I don't want to cancel it, just alter it a little." At this point, any hint of sympathy or relatability anyone felt with Bear should be completely gone. We've now seen how truly depraved Bear is. He knows his wish actually came true. He knows his current circumstances are a direct result of his actions, and most importantly, he knows something is very, very wrong. By this point in the movie, we've already seen so many freakouts. Nikki has already watched him from the corner while he sleeps, duct taped his front door shut, and urinated and threw up on herself while waiting for Bear to get home from work. The wish he made is affecting the very person he claims to love most. But Bear is so desperate for someone to love him that he would forsake the person he supposedly loves most in exchange for a counterfeit version of that love that isn't even real. He is so enamored and entranced at the idea of all of this working out, of getting his happy ending, that he is completely unbothered at the fact that he has effectively enslaved the girl he says he loves. Her outbursts, the real Nikki slipping through and regaining control, those are seen as kinks in the wish. If they could just work things out, if she could just be normal, things would be okay. I don't know about you, but when I see someone in pain, especially if it's from something I somehow caused, I desperately want to help fix it. The fact that Bear has seen Nikki suffer and struggle in such unnatural ways and still only wants to alter his wish is sickening. Another scene I really want to talk about is the party scene. At this party, the real Nikki breaks through, screams, "It's not me," and then stabs herself in the face with a glass bottle. Later, in a deep sleep, the real Nikki slips through again and pleads with Bear to kill her. In one of the most messed up parts in the entire movie, Bear says, "Is being with me really so bad?" Now, it should be abundantly clear at this point that Nikki, the real Nikki, is being tortured. She's a passenger in her own body, being controlled through factors completely outside her own control, forced to plead for death. And the person that put her there can only ask, is being with me really so bad? The horror of the film comes from Nikki. All of the scares and the tension come from her unnatural actions. But Nikki is the victim, betrayed by the person who said he loved her the most. That's one of the saddest things about this movie to me. Bear's life was ruined as a direct result of his own choice. Nikki was just an innocent bystander. Going back to that phone call scene for a second. When Bear is on the line trying to alter his wish, the guy on the other end asks if he wants to talk to Nikki. Then we just hear her screaming in agony. My first watch through, I was convinced there had to be some kind of entity or demon controlling Nikki. The things she does, the way she moves, and how she misremembers personal details, it all feels like something else is in control, piloting her body and trying to figure out how to be human. When we hear her screaming on the phone, this is the real Nikki, her soul, screaming out from purgatory or some kind of holding place. Now, Curry Barker has gone on record to say that Nikki is not possessed. There is no demonic presence or supernatural force that has taken over. This is just what happens when you make a wish that tries to override someone's free will. Nikki is still there, existing in a constant state of agony. She truly is a passenger in her own body. The corrupted wish version of herself is just overriding the true Nikki. I actually feel like this can be even more terrifying than possession. With possession, a new entity is in control. Something else is holding the reins. With the story Barker has created, this wish is something that is actively changing the Nikki we know into something different. It's not a switching of control from human to entity, it's a corruption and warping of her very being. When asked in an interview if there was a way to beat the One Wish Willow without any consequences, Curry says, "I think yeah. Everyone kind of treats the One Wish Willow like it's this cursed thing, but the thing is, the thing that Bear wishes for is cursed. Taking away someone's autonomy, taking away someone's self, that's cursed." A handful of people in the movie actually do beat the One Wish Willow. In one of the best moments of dark comedy, Bear is pleading with Ian to help him by making a wish to counter his own. Not believing any of this, Ian wishes for $1 billion, and $1 billion ends up literally raining down on them. There's also the guy in the store who said he's already made his wish, and he seems perfectly content with it. That's what makes Bear's story so tragic. Things could have turned out so differently. He could have wished for the courage to tell Nikki how he feels. I feel like in the moment he makes his wish, he's kind of down and frustrated with himself. It would have made perfect sense for him to just wish he wasn't such a coward or something. There's just so many ways it could have turned out differently. There's been a lot of discussion online if Bear actually had a shot with Nikki and if she actually had any feelings for him. Indy Neveretti even mentioned in an interview that they would film one take where Nikki was super interested in Bear and one where she wasn't. They stitched these takes together in the final film to create ambiguity and leave it open to interpretation. At the end of the day though, it really doesn't matter how Nikki feels about Bear. Even if she was head over heels in love with the guy before he made his wish, that doesn't make his wish okay. It sucks that his lack of confidence and unwillingness to take a risk and put himself out there led to a situation that genuinely destroyed people's lives. I want to take a step back for a second and look at things from Nikki's perspective before any of this happens. Nikki has a decent life. She works at a music shop with her friends, Bear, Ian, and Sarah. Nikki and Ian potentially have a thing for one another, occasionally hooking up on the side, and her friend Sarah likes Bear. Nikki is a good person. She seems like a genuinely good friend, and she takes time to care for people. Things were good. It's sad to think what could have been. The group could have all grown up, potentially gone on double dates, and lived happy lives. After a night out, Nikki gets a ride home from Bear. This should have just been another normal night hanging out with friends. Then Bear makes his wish. As mentioned earlier, Nikki isn't possessed. She's being warped and corrupted from the inside out. This version of herself kills Sarah in a jealous rage, shoots Ian, and at the end of the movie is left holding her captor in her arms as the wish is broken. Her life is ruined. Aside from the jail time she faces from the murders, the trauma of experiencing everything she's gone through would be absolutely crippling. Through no fault of her own, her body and life were hijacked, and now she's left holding the pieces. This is the tragedy of obsession. If you made it this far into the video, I just want to say thank you. This is the first video I've ever made, and it means a lot that someone would stick around to hear what I have to say. Like I said before, I truly think this movie is amazing. It's my favorite movie of the year and my favorite horror movie of all time. Everything from the way it's shot to the music and sound design just all fit together with every part enhancing each other. If you can, I would 100% go grab a ticket and see it for yourself. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.